Whenever the government brings any regulation, it has only one purpose, that is gaining more power and control. That's it. They can sugarcoat it by saying, hey, this is for your own good and safety. We wanted to minimize the disinformation or misinformation and wanted to bring in equally playing field for everybody. But in reality, every single regulation has its own purpose behind it, and that is more power and control. So today, Canadian federal government announced a framework through CRTC to censor the online streaming services that includes YouTube, Netflix, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever we use to put our own content out there and let public to consume it at their own will. Now the government wants to censor it, and they will tell you that they are just doing to promote Canadian and indigenous content, but in reality they want to control it because they're asking all of these companies to register and get the license, and they're forcing them to share all the information about the content and the membership. That means us and our data, what we are consuming, what we are producing. All of that needs to be shared with the government so that they can control and they can basically police it at their own will. So the politicians will actually decide what needs to be shared on these content and what not. So they can decide to cancel us if they don't like what we're talking about. Like this channel I use to share my own views and my opinions and my research about the economy and the government policies. So if I become too critic against the government, I can be canceled anytime, right? We have numerous examples from the high-profile people like Andrew Tate, Russell Brand, Nigel Farage, all of these guys, Jordan Peterson. What treatment you are getting from these powerful governments. When you speak against them, you can get canceled even without the regulations. Now, with these regulations, they're going to implement these restrictions and policy rules across the board, which means you will be at the very, very early stage. As soon as you start putting content which is not aligned with the government policy, your content will not be allowed to be uploaded. It will be flagged, it will be deleted right away before even it is putting out there against the consumers. So not only that, they're forcing these companies to make the content available not only in English but also French and indigenous languages. Like if I talk to only English speaking people, why do I have to make my content available in French and indigenous language? Why? Doesn't make sense. And they are going to place quotas in order to promote the other content from minority groups like LGBTQ plus 2 ABCD whatever, right? So why the government is trying to do this? Only one purpose. They wanted to promote their own priority and agenda, and they want to control whatever we're talking about. If they don't like it, they wanted to cancel us straight away without even people see or realize what we're talking about. Podcast is basically 2 or 3 people talking and sharing ideas and brainstorming, and this gets people engaged. Whoever is trying to watch, if somebody wants to watch it or listen to it, they will. If they don't, they will skip us, right? It's a very highly competitive world. But even then, government wants to regulate that. Why? Because more power, more control. This is an independent media, right? This social media is independent, where we can share our own views and opinions, and we can brainstorm things, and we can also criticize politicians if they're not doing a good job. But the mainstream media is already in their pocket. They have massive amount of donations and all of that's going on behind the scene. Who knows, right? So the mainstream media is already in their pocket. This is independent alternative media that we are using to share our views and opinions without being scrutinized by the government. Now we cannot do that anymore. With this heavy regulation, all of us will be under heavy scrutiny. It's like a Chinese style authoritarian and totalitarian censorship and dictatorship type of government that Canada is becoming, unfortunately. What do we do about this? Well, raise your voice. Talk to your MPs and MNAs and politicians. Try to oppose that and vote against this. Whenever you go into election, try to build consensus with your other politicians to come up with a better solution. This is not the solution to suppress the free speech. Anyway, this is just me sharing my thoughts and views. Let me know what you think. But to be honest, I'm depressed. I am very disappointed to see I'm living in a country where this is becoming a totalitarian and dictatorship type of government in Canada. Anyway, let me know what you think. Put your comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.